In Ikorodu, Lagos, far from Surulere where Chike lived, his distant aunt, Mama Ifeoma, was known for her dreams. She wasn't a prophetess or a pastor, but whenever she dreamt something, it often came to pass. One cold December night, she had a troubling dream. She saw Chike driving on a long, lonely road with his wife and children. The sky grew dark and thick shadows surrounded them. Strange hands, black like charcoal, stretched out from the bush, pulling his car towards the deep pit. Just as it was about to fall, she woke up with a scream, her wrapper soaked in sweat. Early the next morning, Mama Ifeoma boarded a bus to Surulere. She could not keep quiet. Family was family. Chike welcomed her warmly. After a meal, she cleared her throat. "My son, I had a dream about you. Don't travel this Christmas. If you must, cover yourself and your family with prayers. The road is dangerous." Chike chuckled, pouring her another glass of malt. "Mama, I don't really believe in these visions and you know it. I no spoil person own, so person no go fit spoil my own. My life na jeje. I'm a good person. I don't have enemies." Mama Ifeoma shook her head slowly. She was older, wiser. She had seen men who thought goodness alone would protect them. She sighed deeply, muttering, "Goodness alone cannot shield a man from evil eyes." But Chike had already changed the subject, laughing with the children, brushing off her warning. For weeks, Chike had prepared for the trip. He wanted to arrive in Umuaka with style, to show the villagers how far he had come. He wasn't boastful, but he believed success should shine. He gave his trusted tailor, Master Sunday, a fine white senator material with golden embroidery. He had bought the fabric from Balogun market at an expensive price. "Sunday, I want to shine this Christmas. This clothes must scatter the village square. I will pay you double." The tailor assured him, "Oga Chike, forget it. By December 20th, your clothes will be ready. People go fear." But December 20th came and passed. Chike called. So they said, "Oga, just 2 more days." On December 23rd, the night before the trip, Chike stormed the shop. To his shock, the clothes was lying unsewn on a wooden table. Sunday scratched his head nervously. "Oga, machine spoil. The tailor wey dey do embroidery travel. I try my best, but it no work." Chike's chest tightened. He had imagined stepping into Mwaka like a king, dazzling everyone. Now he had nothing special to wear. "So I will wear my old clothes. After all my money," he shouted, banging the table. Other customers stared, but Sunday kept apologizing. That night, Chike returned home furious. Ngozi tried to calm him. "My husband, maybe God is saying something. Sometimes disappointments protect us." But Chike waved her off. "Ngozi, tailors disappoint all the time. This is just a coincidence. I will still travel." Ngozi sighed. In her heart, she feared it was more than a coincidence. Later that night, after the children had fallen asleep, Ngozi sat on the edge of the bed, folding their travel bags. Her spirit was heavy. She turned to her husband. "Chike, my heart is not at peace. Let us stay in Lagos this Christmas. The children will not die if we miss 1 year. I beg you, listen to me." Chike was still brooding over his tailor's failure. He shook his head. "Ngozi, stop worrying. I am not a small boy. Nothing will happen to us. I don't harm anybody, and God knows that." Ngozi pressed further. "I can't explain it, but my heart is not settled. I feel like danger is ahead. Please let us wait. Moreover, Mama had a dream about it." Chike chuckled lightly. "Ngozi, you worry too much. Fear makes small things look big. I told you nothing will happen." Ngozi sighed, her eyes wet with tears. "My husband, being a good person does not mean evil will not try. But since you won't listen, I will keep praying." But Chike refused. He was determined. By midnight, Ngozi prayed quietly as her husband snored beside her. She whispered, "God, if he will not listen to me, then you fight for us." While Chike and his family packed in Lagos, another meeting was happening in Umuaka village. Under the old Iroko tree, deep in the night, Uncle Okoro, Mama Ejima, and 2 other jealous kinsmen gathered at the shrine. A kerosene lamp flickered, casting long shadows on their wrinkled faces. Okoro spat on the ground. So Chike thinks he will return like a king with his new car, with money and gifts. We will humble him. He must not live to enjoy his pride. Mama Ejima, her eyes red from chewing kola nut, brought out a clay pot filled with palm oil. She placed cowries inside and began chanting incantations. Spirit of the road, hear us. This man Chike must not reach Umuaka alive. His car shall somersault, his blood shall water the ground. The others clapped their hands, murmuring agreement. They sacrificed a white cockerel, letting its blood drip into the pot. The night air grew thick. An owl hooted from a nearby tree. Okoro laughed. By tomorrow, the village will hear the wailing of his wife and children. The group sealed their evil plans with curses as they dispersed. The kerosene lamp went out suddenly, leaving only darkness. Far away in Surulere, Ngozi felt a chill in her sleep. She turned and held her children tightly. December 24th dawned bright and noisy in Lagos. The family compound was filled with excitement. Kelechi, Amara, and little Obina woke before dawn, dragging their small bags and shouting, "We are going to the village, we are going to the village." Ngozi tried one last time. Chike, let us wait. The roads are crowded. Accidents happen easily this season. Please, but Chike waved her off. Ngozi, stop this fear. Nothing will happen. Let us just pray quickly and go. He rushed through the morning prayer, not giving Ngozi time to read the psalms she wanted. By 6 a.m., they were on the road. The Toyota Highlander gleamed in the sun as they joined the Lagos-Benin Expressway. Other families, buses, and trailers crowded the road. Children in the back seat sang Christmas songs, their voices filling the air with joy. But Ngozi's heart was heavy. She whispered silent prayer, her eyes darting to the sky. Unknown to them, far away in Umuaka, Okoro and Mama Ijima were already at the shrine, calling Chike's name. The clay pot trembled as they poured libations. He will not rid this village alive. His joy shall turn to sorrow, his Christmas shall end in tears. On the expressway, Chike drove confidently, one hand on the wheel, one hand tapping the beat of the children's songs. He smiled and said proudly, "You see, Ngozi, the road is clear. Nothing will happen." But just as they approached Ore, the sky darkened suddenly and the atmosphere shifted. The battle had begun. The drive from Lagos to Ore was smooth at first, but after they crossed Ijebu-Ode, things began to feel strange. Ngozi noticed a black bird that seemed to follow their car. Each time she turned her head, it was there, circling and flapping its wings. "Chike, do you see that bird?" she whispered. Chike laughed. "Ngozi, you are too fearful. It's just a bird. Stop looking for signs everywhere." But Ngozi could not shake the feeling off. She remembered my former's dream and her stomach tightened. Suddenly, as they approached a bend, two tall figures appeared in the middle of the road. Their bodies were shadowy, their faces hidden, but their presence was heavy. Chike swept sharply, narrowly avoiding them. The children screamed and Ngozi clutched her chest. "Blood of Jesus!" Ngozi shouted. The car steadied, but Chike's hands trembled on the steering wheel. He forced a laugh. "Accidents happen every day, my wife, but see, we are safe." A few kilometers later, they saw a terrible crash. An overturned bus, passengers crying by the roadside. Smoke rose from the wreckage. Ngozi gasped, "Can't you see? These are warnings. We must pray seriously." Chike slowed down but still shook his head. "Ngozi, we already prayed this morning. Nothing will happen." The children fell quiet, sensing the tension. Ngozi bowed her head silently, whispering psalms under her breath. Meanwhile, in Umaka, Uncle Okoro sat with Mama Ijima at the shrine. He had once loved his younger brother, Chike's father, but envy had eaten deep into him. His only son had wasted his life in drunkenness. Seeing Chike prosper in Lagos was unbearable. Joy would not last, Okoro muttered, pouring palm wine on the ground. At Ore, Chike decided to refill his tank. The queue at the petrol station was long, and the children began to complain of hunger. "Daddy, I want meat pie," little Obina cried. Ngozi stepped down with the children to buy snacks while Chike waited in line. At the stall, an old woman selling groundnuts suddenly grabbed Ngozi's hand. Her eyes were cloudy, her voice hoarse. "Daughter, be careful. Evil eyes are following your husband. Cover your journey with prayers. Cover your children." Ngozi's heart skipped. She wanted to ask more, but Obina tugged at her wrapper, pulling her away. When she looked back, the old woman had disappeared. Back in the car, Ngozi told Chike what had happened. He burst into laughter. "Ngozi, you and your superstitions. Maybe the woman just wanted to collect money from you." Ngozi frowned. Why do you always dismiss everything? Can't you see God is warning us again and again? Chike sighed. Starting the engine. Ngozi, I believe in God, but I don't believe in fear. Tailors fail, strangers talk, accidents happen. It doesn't mean spirits are chasing us. Let us go. They joined the highway again. The road stretched endlessly, lined with thick forest. The children munched happily, but Ngozi's heart was restless. In Umwaka, Uncle Okoro sat alone that evening. He remembered the days when Chike's father was alive, how people respected him, how the family prospered. Even then, Okoro had felt overshadowed. Now, his bitterness had grown beyond reason. Even though he sent me money, Okoro muttered, he thinks he's better than me. He will not enter this village alive. His hatred was deeper than poverty. It was envy that had eaten his soul. As they passed through Benin City, traffic slowed. Hawkers crowded the road, selling gala and soft drinks. Suddenly, a man in ragged clothes walked straight to Chike's window. His face was hidden by a hood, but his voice was clear. Young man, slow down on the road ahead. The night is darker than you think. Before Chike could reply, the man disappeared into the crowd. Chike frowned, shaking. Ngozi, did you hear what that man said? Ngozi turned sharply. You see, God keeps warning you. This is not ordinary. Please, let us take it seriously. Chike forced a laugh to hide his unease. Maybe he was just begging for money. But deep down, his heart thudded. Mama Ifeoma's warning, the bed, the shadowy figures, the old woman at Ore, and now this stranger. It was too much to ignore. As dusk approached, they stopped at a roadside canteen. The children ate happily, but Chike barely touched his food. Ngozi watched him quietly. For the first time, she noticed fear in his eyes. Chike, she said softly, it is not too late to turn back. Safety is better than stubbornness. Chike looked at her, then at his children, their faces glowing with anticipation. He shook his head. Ngozi, if I turn back now, my people will laugh at me. They will say city life has made me weak. I cannot. Meanwhile, in Umaka, Mama Ejima visited Okoro. Our work is complete, she assured him. The spirits are waiting on the road. Okoro nodded, but in his heart unease flickered. Chike had been nothing but kind to him, yet envy had made him deaf to love. By the time they reached Asaba, night had fallen. The family crossed the Niger bridge, headlights reflecting on the black water below. Ngozi whispered prayers under her breath, while the children dozed in the back seat, their soft snores mixing with the hum of the car. The road after the bridge grew lonelier. Tall trees lined both sides, their branches casting airy shadows. Suddenly, the car engine coughed and sputtered. The headlights dimmed, flickered, then returned. Chike gripped the steering wheel tightly. What is happening? Ngozi asked, panic rising in her voice. Before Chike could answer, the car jerked and slowed. The Highlander rolled to a halt right in the middle of the dark forest road. A strange stillness settled around them. Even the crickets were silent. Then came the sound, like rushing wind. A whirlwind tore through the trees, bending branches violently. From the shadows emerged two towering figures, blacker than the night. Their eyes glowed red, their bodies stretching like endless shadows. The children woke screaming. Ngozi clutched her Bible. Jesus, cover us with your blood. She cried, her voice trembling. Chike's heart pounded wildly. For the first time, he felt his strength was nothing. He leapt out of the car shouting, leave my family alone. His voice cracked in the night air. The beings advanced, each step shaking the ground. Their shadows swallowed the headlights. Ngozi opened her Bible, reading Psalm 91 aloud, her words shaky but firm. The children joined in screaming. Suddenly, a blinding light appeared ahead of the road, bright like a floodlight. But before anyone could understand, a trailer truck came speeding out of the darkness, its horn blaring. Chike, Ngozi screamed. The truck swerved, its headlights flashing across the Highlander. The beams vanished instantly, but the car remained stranded in the middle of the lane. The screech of brakes tore through the night. Tires screamed against the asphalt. Glass shattered. Children wailed. Metal crunched as the truck slammed into them with deafening force. Then, silence. The night swallowed everything again. The forest stood still as if nothing had happened. That's the end of part one. I'll be dropping part two shortly. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. What moral lessons have you learned so far? And if you enjoyed the story, please like, share, and subscribe. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe.